What's up, SixPackAbs.com? It's Thomas DeLauer. Today, I want to bring you a little bit of exercise physiology, a little bit of something different. You guys know me as your intermittent fasting expert and the creator of the science-based six-pack program, which you can see in the description below. But you probably haven't seen me in this light talking about exercise a lot. Well, the fact of the matter is, in order to get the physique that I have, I still have to work out. So let me explain some things to you. Today, I want to talk about bench press or dumbbell press versus flies. And I want to talk about how you're really spending your time in the gym, because I'm not just about building muscle, I'm all about maximizing your time in the gym. I don't like to be in the gym for a long time, plain and simple. I get up early, I get in the gym at like 5:30 in the morning, sometimes earlier, and I honestly try to get out of here in like 35 minutes at the most, okay, usually less. So that being said, I've learned ways to maximize the effectiveness of a workout on a given muscle while still making sure that I am not spending too much time in the gym. So, well, if my dog would move, I could show you some stuff. Remy, come on, get down. Good girl. Okay, I want to show you what happens when you're doing a bench press with a dumbbell versus a fly. And I want to explain why you might be wasting your time doing flies. Okay, I'm going to go nice and light just so I can show you. So maybe let's go, I don't know, we'll go 80s. So when we're doing an actual press, I want you to look at particularly how this part of my shoulder reacts, okay? This part, what this is the actual insertion of your pectoral major muscle, your pectoralis major muscle. So that's your actual chest. It inserts right here, okay? Now, later on in this video, I'm gonna have you really pay attention to that area again when I do a fly to see if you notice much of a difference. Okay, so here I am doing a regular chest press. I'm at the bottom of my movement, and pay attention to what's going on in my shoulder there. Okay, it's stretched, right? Stretched. The stretch is occurring at the bottom of the movement as usual. Okay, now put these guys down. Let me show you something with a fly. I'm gonna go nice and light. Now again, pay attention to that part of my shoulder again. When I'm at the bottom position of my fly, there is no difference in that insertion. There's no difference in when it's here versus here for a press. So why are we doing this when this is just as effective? Well, let me explain something. People usually think that because it's a unilateral movement, because it's not a compound movement, that it's going to be an isolation move that's better for the chest. So what my point is, when we're doing a bench press, we have a compound movement. We're moving at two joints, moving at the shoulders and the elbows, moving like this. When we're doing a fly, we're moving at one joint. The elbows are fixed, and we're only moving at the shoulder joint. So people assume because it's an isolation movement that you're isolating the heck out of your chest. That's not always the case. People get those words twisted up and they think that it's great. It's not good, because what's happening here is when you're in a fly position, your chest is just as stretched as it is in a press. You're not getting any added benefit on the chest. All you're doing is putting your brachioradialis and putting your arm at risk. And then all you're also doing is making it that much easier for you to drop a dumbbell and tear your pec. So a chest fly is not a good use of your time because you're not being able to put a maximum load on the chest. So by doing a fly, you're just increasing your lever arm and putting more stress on the actual insertion of the muscle versus where you should actually be putting the stress on the muscle, which is here. So I'm gonna show you two things that you can do to improve your chest workout without doing flies, or one is kind of a fly variation. So the first thing I wanna do is go ahead and go back to the presses again. What we want is focus on the contraction more than anything. I'm not gonna worry too much about the stretch here. So I'm gonna split up my bench press into two parts. The first one, I'm doing full range, and then the second rep, I'm doing a half rep. And that counts as one rep. So this is 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, okay? The whole idea of doing it like that is I get to keep the tension on the center movement of the chest. I'm never going to this full stretch all the time where I'm taking the torque off the muscle itself. I'm keeping the tension on it and getting a lot more of a pump and a lot more isolation through the center chest. Now, let me show you something with flies. Same kind of thing. The benefit of the fly, believe it or not, comes more in this range than anywhere else. So rather than doing a fly where you're going down and you're stretching your pec and putting it at the mercy of whatever could happen right then and there, I suggest you try it like this. Still keep your palms together as if you were doing a fly, but go ahead and focus on just a short movement where you're coming out like that, contracting and twisting the arms in. Okay? So just a short rep, contracting and twisting the arm in. What that's going to do is that's going to get you a tighter contraction, utilizing the lighter weight for a much, much better use. This is not an effective use of a light weight. This is. Now, this may not be enough for you, so you probably want to do it when you're already pre-fatigued, because if you do it when you're not exhausted, you could probably go forever. So you want to do your compound movement, like your bench press or your dumbbell presses first, and then finish with that movement. But one other bonus thing I want you to try is called the champagne press. Take the dumbbells, press them together, and squeeze them together nice and hard. Then you're going to go ahead and you're going to press up while simultaneously pressing the dumbbells together. And you can see what that does to my chest. It's very, very isolated, keeps the chest contracted, and it's working in a proper range where the chest should be working, rather than stretching that insertion of the pec, running the risk of doing that and tearing your pec. So I hope that that breathes some new life into an old exercise so that you can start getting the most out of your workout. You're gonna get a lot more from your chest press, a lot more from your bench press. Don't even waste your time with flies. All you're doing is putting yourself at risk for injury. As always, keep it locked in here on SixPackAbs.com, and I will see you in the next video.